Jeffrey, I'm a little nervous about Luis Robert. Dig into him a little bit, see some of the injury
Yeah.
history, soft tissue injury
Yep.
in particular,
Yep.
see the swing and the miss on spin. We saw it last night. He'll hit a fastball 112 miles an hour, but throw a splitter, throw a slider. The whiff rate on spin is a little bit concerning to me. Is Luis Robert the answer for the Mariners?
I think he might be the best answer because there just, frankly, may not be a whole lot of other ones. And that, Brock, is a consequence of the parity through the game right now. You know, one man's parity is another man's mediocrity, but you have a lot of teams lingering around 500 right now, and the legitimate possibility that we're going to have a team that's right around that vicinity making the postseason this year. And it's really difficult to explain to fans when your team has a shot at the playoffs why instead you chose to go out and do something for the future. Now, some organizations I think would be able to get away with it more than others, but you know, the organizations that do have those prime outfield bats potentially, like, can you really foresee the Astros selling? Maybe, but are they going to trade Kyle Tucker to the Mariners? Nope. That's not going to happen. And so when the supply is so limited, you can sit there and bemoan all the things that a guy doesn't do. But the reality is Luis Robert, when he is healthy, Brock, is one of the best center fielders in baseball. He's a guy who in his only full or near full season last year hit almost 40 home runs and played good defensive center field. And yeah, he has warts. He does not walk. He strikes out too much. Sounds like a Mariner.
Could he play? So he'd play right field here, right? I mean, Julio's your center fielder, and maybe that protects that body a little bit more. And he goes from one of the worst organizations in all of baseball, from the top down, to an organization that is homegrown, that has developed a culture, that's got some young stars, that may be, from that perspective, a pretty good fit.
Yeah, it's going to cost a lot, though. I'll say that much. And I don't know that right now is necessarily the time that the White Sox are compelled to move Luis Robert. You know, he's a guy who I think very easily could go this winter as well. So Chris Getz, their general manager, has the opportunity to hold out for a king's ransom, and rightfully so. You know, if he feels like he's going to get more this winter for Luis Robert, then what's the sense of dealing him right now? It's different than Garrett Crochet, right? Garrett Crochet, their left-hander who's taken a nice star turn this year. It's odd to see a younger guy become a dominant starting pitcher, and then we're going to turn around and move him. But pitching, there is the ever-present injury risk that I think changes a lot, or not changes, but really informs a lot of front offices about how to deal with pitchers. With hitters, it's not quite the same. And if Luis Robert can manage to stay healthy for the remainder of the season, that's the only risk you're looking at, that they're going to bring up the same issues you did, the soft tissue and the lack of games played and the amount of time spent on the injured list. Like, it's a real consideration, but you know, when you are the Mariners right now, you do have to assume a little bit of risk.